Hi there, Lindsay here. Today we're going to take a look at the results from my November oil painting challenge. And I'm doing this here for Sketchbook Sunday because I thought it'd be a nice way to wrap up November, and I have been really busy making my Christmas cards, so I think I'm going to do that today instead of working my sketchbook because I really want to get them out on Monday or Tuesday, and then hopefully I can share the tutorials for my actual Christmas cards that I've sent. But I like to get them out first so that I don't spoil the surprise. So I'm hoping that I'll have a couple really quick and easy Christmas card projects for you guys. You can actually get done and make and send out, because I do keep it kind of simple for my cards I send, because I do have a pretty big list, and I like to send out a lot of cards at Christmas time because I'm kind of a slacker the rest of the year. Okay, so I set myself the goal, and I did not achieve it, but I set myself the goal of painting 20 oil paintings for the month of November, and let's see, how many did I do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12? 12, I thought I did 13, but I guess I did 12. So yeah, little lackluster, but I'm happy that I did it, and it's definitely more than I would have done otherwise, because I was still keeping up with my regular workload artistically wise for my business. So, you know, this is kind of extra stuff like Inktober was, but let's go through. Let's go see what we did. This was actually one of my favorites. This was on day 1, or this was my first one. It was an avocado. I took my own reference photo. I tried to do a lot of these for my own reference photos, and I did enjoy doing them for my own reference photos much more than doing them from others' photos, but realistically I just didn't have that many photos taken, or that deep level of commitment, I guess. So, it is what it is. I really like the way this one came out, though. I just like the texture on the pit and stuff. I was really, really happy with this. Started the month off strong. My next one, I think, was this one here, which was an iris, which we actually have the time-lapse of this from a Sketchbook Sunday in November, and the real-time version on, I haven't varnished any of these, by the way. The real-time version is on Critique Club. I'm not going to varnish these for a couple months because I like to make sure that the paint is really good and cured. Otherwise, you could get some crazing on the surface if you varnish it before all the gases have escaped and everything's fully cured. But it's nice. They're easier to look at now because they're not so shiny, which is good. I really enjoyed this one. This is, again, another one for my own reference photo. So was the iris. I like the way this came out. This is definitely going to need a varnish for, you know, other than just to protect it, because I have such different levels of gloss depending on what I used for. Like, I think I used some linseed oil on some of the paints, and it made it shinier. But I like the way that came out quite a bit. This one here I did on a weird canvas, and it kept like soaking up my oil paint. It was very strange. There's a time lapse for this, and this is another Critique Club from November. It was fun. I don't typically do architecture. It was challenging because I don't typically do architecture. I'm not a very inorganic painter. I like to paint like naturally growing things, and yeah, buildings are tough for me. But I'm glad he did it, because I try to stretch myself in these challenges, especially for Sketchbook Sunday. This one, I'm not going in order because I don't have them quite in order in my little drawing rack here. This one's still pretty wet. It was just a magnolia, but it turned into some, like, what was that Dr. Seuss story with the Lorax, where there was the trees with the weird, like, this is what that reminds me of, Lorax trees. But it's another of my mason jars. I do like the mason jars. Oh yeah, I did a watercolor berries and mason jar painting, and then I liked it so much I did one in oils. This one is a larger one. This is 6 by 12. But I wanted to try in oils because I really enjoyed that photo that I taken, the still life that I set up. So I like the way this came out quite a bit. And my sister had mentioned that she liked my mason jar with berries painting. I'm not sure if she was talking about the watercolor or the oil painting, but one of those might go to her for Christmas because she said she liked it. This one here was another photo I took, but then I embellished it. I took a picture of this cheesecake that my son had brought back from the bakery, and then I added berries to it. I'm not that thrilled with it, but it's all right. I mean, it's okay. I like the way this one came out. This is a just like kind of a vintage Pontiac, I think. It was fun. It was you know, pretty loose and quick one, but I kind of like that. I like doing those in oils. And then this one I think would go really well with it. It's a kind of like 50s bar stools. And I love that 1950s retro diner vibe, and I would really like to decorate my kitchen in that fashion. I do have the black and white checkered floor and white cabinets, and my walls are kind of like a turquoise in there. And I think I'd rather have it like a red, like a cranberry red or something, or a bright red, fire engine red. I don't know. I think I would like red walls, but sometimes things don't go as planned when you're decorating, but I think that would be kind of cool. But I can at least definitely experiment on a small canvas. This one here was another time lapse that I did on, I think last week on my YouTube channel. I like the way this came out. It was, again, another ball jar with a, looks like a rose in it. These reference photos, ones that I didn't take, are from Unsplash, which is a place where you can get commercial use reference photos to use for free. I really like the way this one came out. It's pretty simple, but it's just kind of like just a snowy walkway, a snowy bridge, and it reminds me of the bridge in Belfast, Maine. There's like this little walking bridge. You can see the loons when it's like wintertime. You'll often see the loons in the bay, Penobscot Bay, because they go to salt water in the winter to fish because the lakes get frozen over. And then last, and I would say certainly least, was this. I was using up some paint on my palette, and I painted this robot, and I honestly, about half an hour in, it didn't get any better after that. I should have just left it, and I just fussed with it a little bit more the next day and didn't like it. So there's my wrap up of what I actually accomplished. I don't think there's any that I missed, although I thought I did more than this many. I thought I did more than 12, but there you go. If I hadn't have set that challenge, I would have done 0 oil paintings, and this way at least I got 12 done. So there you have it. I hope you enjoyed that. If you followed along on Instagram and my several a week that I would post, and if you're challenging yourself, let me know about it. And I think it's a great way just to kind of get yourself out of a comfort zone, maybe get yourself using some supplies that you haven't used that much, and yeah, it's fun. I enjoy doing it, and I would definitely do another challenge like this, not this month because December is kind of crazy, but I'll probably come January or February, I'll want to do something. I don't know what yet, but guess what? Do I have it? Can I show you? Oh, I want to show you, but do I have it? Oh, it's right here. Oh, yes. So some of you guys are going to be excited about this. I bought some acrylics, and you know, I do have some acrylics, and I'm not a huge fan of painting with acrylics, but I purchased Golden Open acrylics, just a small little starter set at AC Moore. May they rest in peace. They're closing. But I was there 2 days before they announced they're closing all their stores, and I used my 60% off coupon for this. And it's supposed to be really slow drying acrylics, so they act like oils. And I'm looking forward to using these. So let me know what you think in the comments below if you've used these before, if you have any tips. Let me know if you're interested in seeing what I do with these. Definitely could record some tutorials with them. I mean, these tubes are kind of small. They're like 22 milliliters. But I could definitely get a few paintings out of this set and then determine whether I want to, you know, get any bigger tubes or not. They're not cheap. Like this set, I think I got a good deal because it was 60% off, but yeah, it's not cheap, but I'm looking forward to this because if they act more like oils but don't take days to dry, they take a few hours to dry, that would just be ideal. That would be so perfect. I would really like that. I still have a lot of oils to use up, but this would be really nice if they will behave like oils. So wish me luck. I don't think I've used some golden mediums. I don't think I've ever used any of their acrylics before, so it's, you know, it's probably going to be a whole new world for me, and I'm looking forward to trying these. So I wanted to share that news with you because I'm kind of excited to try it. That's all I have today for this Sketchbook Sunday. What are you working on? Let me know. I'm always curious to hear what you guys are into at the moment. I've got to get some Christmas cards made, and I want to get my house decorated for Christmas today, which means I gotta do another vacuum and mop just to before I start dragging down all my decorations. So wish me luck. I hope you're having a great weekend. Thanks so much for watching, and give me a thumbs up before you go if you like this video. Till next time, happy creating!